Hello, this is Water Fiction here, and today I'm going to do a different type of video. I'm going to do a series of videos for right now that's going to tie into ChannelFrederator videos, but of course it's still going to be my videos kind of thing, you know. I just have to tie into ChannelFrederator. And the theme they want for this specific theme is Nintendo. Some of them won't be able to do, but this one I can do. This is for Nintendo, in which I call Things Nintendo Should Do. Now, these are the 5 things I think Nintendo should do. The first 2 you will notice have been talked about before, which I've noticed they've been talked about before. And this is how I would deal with them, how to do the takes on them. The very first thing, make a Legend of Zelda live-action movie. Now, as you can see, I'm not that best of drawing the Triforce. I didn't want to use a stock image because, you know, copyright and all that stuff, so I figured, just draw it as best as I can. It's all the images I try to draw as best as I can, just so you know. Yep. But now, I know a lot of people have questions about, and a question debate about how should Legend of Zelda movie be made. The first one, which I thought were like 3 rules to do for this, is the very first rule is, well, it should be based on Ocarina of Time, Link to the Past, the original Zelda, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, Minish Cap, Twilight Princess. You know, it's a new one. It's called, the new one is Breath of the Wild, I think. Well, which one should it be? There's so many different games out there. I mean, the Orc of Seasons, Orc of Ages. What should it be? My personal opinion would be this. Rule number 1: make the plot original. You know, still have it be in Hyrule. You know, still have it be set with Link and Zelda and Ganon and stuff like that. This typical Legend of Zelda plot, but make it be original. Make it be its own thing, because this way people don't go, oh, it should have been Ocarina of Time and it's a Link to the Past, or oh, it should have been Link to the Past and it was Orc of Seasons, Orc of Ages, whatever, you know. I think personally it should be completely and utterly original, because this way it's new and it's fresh. You know, if you wanna experience Ocarina of Time, just buy Ocarina of Time or rent it or whatever. Even same true as with A Link to the Past, because now with the HD remakes and whatnot. And so it's like, even the people who have played Majora's Mask, like, especially they're familiar with it, so why would you watch it if you've already experienced it before? That's basically what I'm trying to say. And so the movie should be completely original, but still keep it in the feel of, you know, Legend of Zelda. The second rule is Link. The second rule revolves around Link, sorry. And it's like, should he talk, should he not talk? My personal opinion, rule number 2, Link cannot speak. And I'm thinking, how would you explain that? Like, how would you explain why he doesn't talk through the entire movie? Well, because we know that Link's, sometimes Link's a child, sometimes he's an adult, sometimes he's a teen or preteen. Usually he's young-ish. I think they said between like 7 and 14. Maybe sometime during the beginning of the series, maybe Ganon put like a curse on him that he can't speak, or maybe he witnessed something when he was really young and he just hasn't perfected the speech yet. And this is the way I know a lot of like most of the games, like Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, they have that yeah kind of thing, you know. So like maybe he can make like noises, like he could speak if he really wants to, but maybe something happened to him and he just can't speak. You know, like something's stopping him, whether it's a spell or it's some traumatic event or whatever. The third rule is let the fans make it. The reason I say this for is because I've actually watched this fan-made Mega Man movie. It was actually really kind of cool. I mean, sure, you could argue that it had like the cheesy special effects, but I think that's what makes it so great, though, is the fact that the fans made it, you know. And sure, the acting might not have been like the best, you know, but you can tell, like, so you could argue that like, oh, the fans were the best with the cheesy graphics or whatever. I personally thought it was pretty good, you know. And that's good for a person who's not really a big Mega Man fan, mainly because I can never get past any of the levels. That could be me though. I don't know. But yeah. Well, I figured the fans of the show or of the game, they know how to really go all out, and they would know how to really get the going. You know, don't bring it to some multi-million-dollar company that's going to want to make a profit. Give it to the fans who would say, hey, we would do it for, if there's a profit, we'll take the profit. If it's not a profit, we won't have to worry about it, you know? So the fans would dedicate themselves to the show because it was made by the fans for the fans. Now, my next thing, which is also the other one that people usually talk about, it's give Mario and Luigi another brother. You know, as you can see, I try to get the hats down, you know, Mario's hat, Luigi's hat, you know. And now there's two routes you can go with this. Well, obviously, now even though Mario is older than Luigi, you can tell that they're twins because they're born at the same time. Or at least the stork took them out of wherever they were from at the same time, as per Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. But now the first route you could go is the older brother route. That's with the squiggly line. Or it could be an R, I'm not sure. But, sorry. You can give him like the older brother route and have it be a little bit more skilled and more capable of saving Mushroom Kingdom, but he doesn't want to. You know, he's like, I have the skills, I can, I'm better than Mario and Luigi, but I don't want to do this. But of course, if you make him better, it doesn't feel like a good enough game, personally. Because I feel if he's older, he'd be slightly better than his younger brothers. But then that might not really be good for gameplay-wise, because he's too good, you know? You want there to be some level of a challenge. So I would go the other route and give him like a younger brother. Maybe he's really young and inexperienced. Maybe he's like a little kid. That's just best I can do, a little kid, I guess. And sorry. Maybe he wants to be like Mario and Luigi. Like, he's not as skilled as them. He's not as skilled as Mario and Luigi. And also, he doesn't have the fear factor that Luigi has, because he's inexperienced. He's never seen the Boos or the Koopas or the Goombas. Really, I mean, he may have seen them, but never really had any trouble with them like his older brothers have. And maybe his older siblings are found to be kidnapped, like Peach and Daisy, and half the Mushroom Kingdom, and he has to run out and save them. Maybe what you could do is that, like, he can jump, but it's not perfect. So when he jumps into the ledge or the platform, he doesn't fully go on it. He'll grab onto like the edge of it, and he has to pull himself up. You know, and like you can tell that he's inexperienced, but maybe like through time, through the game, he slowly becomes more and more efficient and proficient with the jumping on the platforms. I personally would go with this route, and because I use babynames.com, look at Italian names that have war in the meaning, because Mario means warlike, Luigi means famous warrior. So there's only one other name that would fit that trope, and that is Umberto, which means shadow warrior. Which I figured it would fit because it has the word war in it, but if Nintendo does do this, they could have whatever name they want to give him. If they want to do the older brother thing, they could. But I would personally go with the younger brother to give him like a fresh new look in the series, you know, and have him try his best to essentially please his brothers as best as he can. My next thing, which is something I don't know if anybody has talked this before, but it's something I thought about: make an RPG with Mario. There's that. Link. See the chart once again. Possibly Sonic. I know that Sonic. Yeah, I see it's a little spinning dash thing, you know. I know Sonic is technically a Sega character, but sorry. But I feel like Sonic is now owned more by Nintendo. He's basically still owned by Sega, but he's in a lot of Nintendo works now. A lot of his games are in Nintendo now because Sega is no longer a competitive force. I heard the rumors that they're supposed to be coming back, but maybe not. you know, so, but I figured, he's kind of a Nintendo game, so it'd be nice to have Sonic be an ally instead of like a rival enemy to Mario. It should be rivalry to him, but have him team up, you know. Of course, Donkey Kong, that's the DK, you know, simple. Kirby, that's supposed to be Kirby. Leave it to me to make a demonic-looking Kirby from something cute. That wasn't intentional, that was completely accidental. Samus, that's the that's the brain thing, the Metroid thing. And of course, Mega Man, that's this kind of thing. If you want to get a better picture, here it is. Because I know, I was thinking about it'd be kind of cool to have, because I know Mario had Super Mario RPG Legend of 7 Stars. He had the Paper Mario series and Mario and Luigi. But never has Mario ever teamed up with, at the most basic, Sonic and Link. Hell, maybe even like Mario, Link, and Donkey Kong. That would be a pretty interesting team up. I say all 7 of these characters because they're like, I think they're like top 7 that people really think of when they think of Nintendo games. You know, Mario, Sonic. Sonic was originally Sega, but like I said before, he's now technically been integrated into Nintendo. Link, Donkey Kong, Kirby, Samus, and Mega Man. They kind of have like an RPG where they can all team together. Like, 'cause they have competitive games where like racing, fighting, golf, but never have they ever teamed up. That would be cool, especially if you could have it be where, like, I don't know, maybe Bowser teams up with these different villains and Sonic goes to different universes to stop them by teaming up with the heroes. Now, the next thing that they could do is have Nintendo game making contests by the fans. And basically what you would do is that you would have the fans make a video game in the style of Nintendo, whether it be old school, new school, whatever. And the one that actually wins the contest would have their game being sold in stores. You know, the main rule I would have would be this. While fans can use existing characters, the game must be original. So they can't recreate Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, or Super Mario World, or whatever. They would have to make the game be completely original, even though they can use the existing characters if they want to. For me personally, though, I would personally do a mixture of existing and original characters. Mainly have an original character be the style of the show, but still have existing characters in the game as well. This way, you get something that you can personally that's yours, but still have the Nintendo feel to it. You know. Yep. And the next one, should be the next one. Yep. Is this one I think is most important of all. Be more understanding of the fans, because I've heard of people who would make like a fan-made Legend of Zelda game. Like there's was it Ocarina of Time 2D. It looks really cool, really interesting, but they got a cease and desist from Nintendo. And I've heard that Nintendo does cease and desist of videos criticizing them, and I think that, like, especially hardcore criticism, even soft criticism sometimes too. I think that they should be more understanding of the fans, because the fans are really looking out for their best interest. And I don't know, it'd be kind of cool just to see, like that game, the Ocarina of Time 2D, be brought to fruition. And I think there are plenty of Super Mario fan-made games that have also never seen the light of day, because Nintendo sees it, goes, no, you shouldn't do that. But the understanding of the fans, they can say, hey, you know what? We like what you're doing. You know, it's not okay for you to do this. But how about if you let us take over? We'll pay you whatever differences we need to pay you, or to say, hey, could you work for us? We'll pay you the money to make it official. You know, and then all of a sudden you see Ocarina of Time 2D now officially released by Nintendo. You know, maybe on the App Store or on Google Play on the iOS devices, or on Apple, it's Android side. So I'm like confused now. Yep. And that's about it. I hope you have a wonderful day. And because this is for Frederator, remember that Frederator loves you. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Thank you.